I want to show you guys the difference in what Goop hand cleaner actually does. So this is after. Okay, so this is wiped on with just some rubber gloves, and then I used a cloth to wipe it off. So no water, nothing. This is this side of the plane. Okay, I'm doing it in the shade back here, so I haven't done the front yet or anything, but you can kind of see. Now this plane's been sitting outside for a while. Look at the difference. You can see, let's see if I can look at the cloudiness. I mean, take a look at the orange stripe. You can kind of see the difference in it. And even the red is kind of faded. And this is just using Goop hand cleaner. Look at the difference in the stripe here. Let's see if I can get a reflection going. Look at that, beautiful. Here you can see the difference on the tail. So all I'm doing is just taking a little bit of Goop, a little bit with the glove, just kind of like that, and just wiping on. Now granted, the paint is not the best on this airplane. It's a little bit faded. And I haven't buffed this or anything. This is just using my hand with some Goop. Put it on, let it sit for a second or two. This works really well on the belly too. I'll show you guys that in a minute. And then you can just kind of wipe it off just with a clean, dry, and kind of buff it a little bit. Oop, I got a little bit from my glove on there. Look at how much better that looks. You can see it based on, compared to the actual tail here. Let's see, let's look at the other side, which hasn't been done yet. Look at that. All right, so here's another shot to show. So this is an area that I just did. Took me all of 5 minutes. You can see how dirty this spot is. And again, this is Goop hand cleaner, so it's good for your hands. I'm not even gonna use gloves. I'm just gonna take some, just like that. Just gonna put it on and start wiping it. And you can get that area kind of spread out a little bit, let that sit just for a second, and I'll come back and do a little more hand rub in there. Granted, my hands are gonna be nice and smooth, but they'll be gross. But I can just wash them when I'm done. Look at that, just starting to come off already. See that? Let me see if I can get the camera to see here a little bit better. Now I take my rag, and I just wipe it. Just straight down, look at that. Beautiful. Just like that. Okay, there's a good before and after shot. Kind of shows how nice that came out. Took me all of a minute to do. So it's a little hard to shoot from under here, but this area here looked like that over there. I don't think this has ever been cleaned. This is like probably years of caked on gunk, oil. It's got little pebbles in it. Getting rid of that's got to be good for what? 10 knots and probably 20 pounds useful load. So let's see here. Without making this video too long, take a little bit of Goop, put it on, and all I'm using is just my hand, just to rub it on here. Look at how thick that is. I mean, it's not even coming off, but give it a second. If I just kind of let it sit, take a little bit more, I'll spread more out here, because this one's going to take just a little bit longer, but it's so easy to do. Okay, so there, spread it across there, let it sit for a second, and then you can see if I just take my finger here and rub it. Now I am putting some pressure on that, but look at it coming off already. Right there. Look at that. Look at it, just from rubbing it. So now I am gonna take a cloth here just because this has like rocks and stuff in it, little pebbles that are kind of hurting my hand, but look at that, just from scrubbing that one spot. So now I'll finish this up here in about 10 minutes and I'll show you what it looks like when it's done. Okay, this is a real good spot to show how this Goop works. You can kind of see here, this is not, now granted, I did wash this plane earlier in the week just to get kind of like the dirt off and stuff like that. A couple of spider webs here, let's get this out of the way. So it is clean, but as you can see, I mean, I flew it cross country and it has been sitting out. So it's got kind of that, you know, the white, I guess it's like that patina kind of. You can see it definitely in there and everything, but this is a really good spot right here to show how Goop works. So just take a little bit of Goop. I'm not even wearing gloves because this stuff is a hand cleaner. So it actually makes your hands almost feel better. And just wipe it on. And just kind of spread it out here. I got a bunch on my hands, so I'll just work it down here. Now it's not gonna bring back the shine in the red. The red is sun faded, so it's not gonna bring that back, but you can see the orange. The orange actually comes out pretty nice. So if I put it on here and just kind of wipe it down. Okay, so there, wipe it down. And then I just take microfiber towel, just like that, and just wipe it off. You can kind of already see the difference. Give a little bit of a buff here. The last little bit. And that's all there is to it. And as you can see, look at the difference in how the orange shines. The red, you can kind of see where I stopped as opposed to where it was. And then if we go around the other side of the plane here, I already did this side. And you can see, again, it's not gonna bring the shine back as far as like the red. The red is a single stage, it's kind of faded. I could buff it. I just don't want it to, I don't want to burn through. But you can see it doesn't have any more of like the rain streaks, and it did a really nice job. And then the belly, so now the belly on this plane, as you saw earlier, was completely covered in oil. And you can see I've got some drops here from the Goop on the ground. So yesterday I did most of the belly. Look at how nice that is. And then I've got just those little streaks right there that I have some Goop just kind of sitting on it. Just because it was a little bit thicker. It's probably been on there for years, kind of caked on, but I mean, it did a really nice job here on all of it. I still have to do under the nose a little bit, but that's just putting it on and just wiping it off. And I'll link in a before and after here. 5-0 Papa is all done. And honestly, it didn't take me more than I would say an hour. I mean, I did it over 2 days only because it got real hot yesterday, but look at how clean that belly is. I'll put a before and after, and it's unbelievable the difference. It's gotta be good for at least 10 knots. So that is about the cleanest I think she's ever been. Granted, this airplane flies. I fly her all the time. She's not a hangar queen, but as you can see, much cleaner than she was. So that's the end. Hope you liked the video. Hope it helps everybody. Thanks.